Yes guys, welcome back to another episode of the Project Ironman. Now as you can see, I am on holiday in sunny South Africa. In fact, it's actually a bit overcast right now. However, this was not the video I was planning on doing today, as I was supposed to have another video out before. So let's just start this video by saying the last 2 weeks have not gone to plan, and here's why. So the last video I uploaded before this was my half marathon, and I think as I mentioned in that video, the week subsequent to that, so the week after that, was a deload week. And my only real goal in that week was to do an FTP test and a 5k time trial. But what actually happened in this week, and apologies if you can hear the wind through the mic, what actually happened in this week was that I got unwell. So I didn't end up doing the 5k time trial, and I didn't actually end up doing much training at all, which was annoying, but luckily it was a deload week, so this didn't actually affect the preparation of the Ironman too much. And with the FTP test, it actually went pretty well. So let's skip to that and come back to this video. So like I said, I was pretty happy with that FTP test, and that basically just gives me a good measure of the zones I should be in going forwards when I'm on the bike, and how I can basically navigate my training for these next 18 weeks now. Now the day after that FTP test was the first official week of my 20-week program for the Ironman in July, and it did not go to plan because I basically started the first 3 or 4 days. I then got unwell, and then I travelled here to South Africa. So all of that meant that the first week of the 20-week program was basically written off. What I was able to do in that week was actually have a really good swim session, which I'll cut to now, and then we'll come back to this video. That would be arguably the best swim of my life so far. Now, I usually try and aim for 210 to 15 yards per 100 meters. I actually had to change pools because the normal pool I go to, which is 20 meters, is closed down for a few weeks, which has thrown a bit of a spanner into the works. So this pool is 33 meters, and I got in. I thought, let's go into the fast lane to start off with to see how I keep up with the other guys, and it just felt really smooth. So as you can see here, I managed to hit below 150 yards per 100 meters for 1,000 meters. So for a 1k swim, I managed to hit 148 yards, 148 seconds per 100 yards, which I was just completely shocked by, and it didn't even feel hard. And I feel like I can actually swim now. Famous last words. I'm sure that's probably going to change in the next couple of weeks as the volume starts to build. And I'm now in the second week, and because I am here in South Africa, it means that the training has somewhat been modified for the second week, or what is essentially week 18 of the Ironman training preparation. Okay, I am now a happy man because as of yet I have not swam or cycled for my training, and we've been in South Africa for a week now. So all I've been able to do so far is just run, and the location we're staying in, basically within half an hour drive, I've just found out today, there's like no swimming pools, no watt bikes or anything, so it's just been running for now. But I have just found an outdoor swimming pool and a pretty cool looking gym, so we're about to get a swim done. Hopefully I can get my lovely partner to also film some swimming for me as well, but I'm very much looking forward to this, as I mentioned, it's been a while since I last jumped in the pool. Okay, we are good to go. 25-meter pool. The little man is happy behind me eating his fruit, and I think we're going to go for about 2k. So let's get it done. Okay, so swim done, 2k complete, which took about 45 minutes. It wasn't as smooth as my last swim about 2 weeks ago, so I'm definitely feeling the effects of not doing the skill, but there's definitely things I need to be working on. But overall, the location was great and the swim actually felt amazing to do. It's just a few points on the technique that I need to improve on. We're gonna rest now and get some good food in.
Oh well, I bet West Ham supporter.
Yeah, West Ham. Now, one of the main things I'm doing during this vacation is basically just focusing on my running as a priority, and that's simply because running is so much more accessible. All you need obviously is your trainers and then shorts and kit ready to go, whereas the cycling and the swimming is a little bit more difficult to do, so I'm not doing that stuff as much. So I'm simply adding more volume in my runs to then build my fitness and obviously prioritize that, which may mean that I actually improve my running more than expected throughout this 2 weeks, because it's a great way to explore where I am, and like I said, it's just so much more accessible as well. So another thing I'll be doing to stay on track whilst here in South Africa is just generally keeping as active as possible, which is something I would do anyway, but with the weight of this little guy added on me when we go for our hikes and things like that, that adds a bit more let's say intensity, makes things a little bit harder. And generally, whenever we're looking to spend a day out, we naturally gravitate towards things that are more active anyway, because that's just our preference. So far we've been doing loads of walking, we've been on a couple of hikes, we've been to the beach a few times, we've been kayaking. Now obviously this doesn't directly correlate to my Ironman fitness, but it will just contribute towards a healthy lifestyle, which then builds the base for building good levels of fitness. Good morning. You are joining me on a trail just next to Table Mountain. I don't know if you can see that. This is called the Pipe Track Trail. And I was wondering why they call it that. And it's literally because all the way through the trail, there's a massive pipe for whatever reason. Maybe for drainage, who knows. But anyway, I wanted to make this video right now. Because just look at the incredible views that we have. So that's Camps Bay down there, which you can't really see because some of the bushes are in the way. And then secondly, because I just wanted to say that this 2 weeks of whilst I've been away haven't exactly gone to plan. So as you may have noticed, if you're a subscriber, I haven't actually uploaded any videos in the last 3 weeks. And that's because I've been partly torn between making videos for YouTube and really committing to that, training hard, and obviously documenting that whilst I'm here. And then B, actually just being present with where I am, enjoying the time, not worrying too much about taking cameras with me and setting up the cameras and then filming and thinking about what I'm going to say, because that does take a lot of mental energy. So whilst it seems quite easy to make some videos, at least for me, it can be quite mentally demanding. So obviously what I have done is just taken a little bit of a step back from recording, documenting, uploading, and just enjoyed the moment more. And I've not actually even trained as much. Now, whilst I obviously did mention that I wanted to train hard and those were my intentions, I kind of did give myself enough time or enough leniency to be able to take a couple of weeks off the accelerator a little bit. So obviously I was training quite hard around Christmas, built up a good level of fitness, started the 20-week program about 3 weeks ago, but I did build up my fitness enough to the point where I don't actually have to stress too much about these first few weeks because I'm already ahead of where I need to be. Now that might sound like I'm getting complacent, but at least whilst I'm here, I have still been training. I've not completely forgot that I have an Ironman to do in about 17 weeks time, and I have still been getting in the runs, getting in a couple of swims. And what I'm really disappointed about actually is that today is the Cape cycling tour, which is 109 kilometers around Cape Town, and I didn't know that it was on, because if I did, I'm obviously here, so I would have done it. And you can rent bikes here quite easily. But what I have done to make up for that is I've contacted a cycling rental company, and they've worked really hard to try and get me a bike for tomorrow from one of their early returns after the cycling tour today. So hopefully I can get out on the bike tomorrow and tour around some of the Cape Town and get some exciting miles in. But for now, I'm going to finish off this hike / run. My arm is actually getting really tired holding this phone. As you can see, I have caught the sun nicely as well, my pasty white skin. But I just wanted to make this video to, I suppose, apologise for not uploading, but apologise really just for keeping you guys out of the loop. But we are back to it now. I'm sure whilst the time this is uploaded, I'll be back in the UK. I'll be back uploading consistently and providing tons of value for you guys. But for now, look at that.